Hey Zalivas, this is SuperZomgbBBQ and we have Ring Domination is finally up, and I like to call this one Sting Domination because this has got the second opportunity to get a Sting card. We had Road to Glory last week, we have Ring Domination this week, which gives us the opportunity to get the Event Pro, which is going to be so important because that Sting card looks mighty fine. We're going to show the deck very soon, but first of all, I want to say thank you all for all the support. The views have been amazing. We're now up to 7,500 people subscribed, or Zalivas, whatever you want to call them. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. You guys are amazing, and I've passed a couple of YouTubers that I thought I'd never pass. I thought that they'd just keep going, whoa, and I'm just kind of like going first class rocket just straight up to the freaking moon at the moment. So I really appreciate all of your support. You have no idea how much it means. So with that in mind, we are going to have a Ring Domination. I am going to be streaming the Ring Domination event, but this event does coincide with the release of FIFA 16. So I will, just to let you guys know now, you're probably going to see more of me on FIFA this weekend than you are going to see, because I'm not going to be around the following weekend for PCC, then you are going to see me on SuperCard, but I still will be playing. I'm actually hoping to get my next Legendary pull very soon, hopefully possibly on video. I don't know, it's going to be at some point within the next couple of videos. We should have an on-camera pull, and on top of that we'll also have my 4,000 game legendary single, which would be amazing. So those are all coming up, and definitely at some point this week, I'm hoping tomorrow, if I can get a time, we will have my tokens guide, which I've promised you all for the last week and a half, which will be coming out, which will be your guides to tokens. And yeah, I've got some really good stuff planned for the channel, so hopefully you guys will all like it. I spent most of my evening actually making a FIFA video, and it kind of screwed up, so I've now found out a way of, I'm being a complete dumbass, of using my editing software to actually capture a tip that Fuji gave me. If you don't know Fuji, if you haven't also subscribed to him, do check out his channel, details in the description below. And I'll give a shout to one other person in a second, who actually gave me the tip of actually recording everything separately that would actually make things a lot smoother in terms of gameplay on things like OBS and whatnot, which obviously is the thing I use to record videos. Recording on the Elgato is good, but it's not great, because if you record the webcam with the Elgato, if I'm using SuperCard, if I'm doing on my iPhone or anything else, it has a huge effect on the quality after about 20 or 30 minutes, and the game just starts to lag everywhere. So if you're an Xbox One person, try to record everything separately and add it together with video software like Sony Vegas, or the other thing to do is use Cyberlink Power Director. Those are two additional things. And at some point next week, whilst I'm away, I will actually release the second edition, whilst we're on the subject of my how to make SuperCard videos and streams, which would be going to more advanced things, like how to have follow notifications, subscriber notifications, hopefully running through Moobot, because I don't have it myself, and a couple of additional bits like how to set up chats and etc. in your channel. So yeah, that'd be awesome. So we're going to get on into Ring Domination, stop my blabbering, and I'm actually going to get into some action. And what you can see down the bottom right here is my previous deck for Ring Domination, which was about 2 weeks ago. Now with that previous Ring Domination deck, obviously things have changed quite significantly since then. If I have a look at it now, it'll be significantly different. I think it'll still keep the same pros in there. Yeah, so it should look exactly the same. Yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to autofill, and I'm going to balance it, because there's no point me just putting in every single possible card I can in there, because that's going to make no difference to the quality, and I will struggle against some of the better players. So if I press autofill now, it makes a huge difference. You can now see my Seth Rollins, my Daniel Bryan, a couple of the other cards, the two Rybacks have just disappeared off the face of the planet. You got my Stardust in there, my Gold Dust. All of them are now starting to show up. My Booker T's in there as well. So what we now need to do, and this is a tip from me on how to balance the ring domination deck. Now, what you want is 3 of 1 card. So I'm going to use 3 left arrows because not left arrows are very rare. So if you've got left arrows, especially in the upper tiers, such as Epic and Legendary, you're probably going to benefit more than most other people who play. The other thing as well is down arrows are a huge rarity, especially good down arrows. Now the way that I've always run it is, you see here I've got 3 left arrows, 3 right arrows. I am going to actually go against that, and I'm going to have 3 left arrows, 3 down arrows, 2 right arrows, and 2 up arrows. And the reason for that is there's a lot of up arrows, there's a lot of right arrows in SuperCard. So my tip to all of you is to have 3 left arrows if you can. And don't be afraid of dumbing down your deck. At the end of the day, as long as you're still in a tier where you can pull things, such as if don't go from Legendary to Epic or Epic to Ultra Rare, as long as you are still in the right tier, you're still going to be able to get the cards you want to. Because I've won games in the previous season's Ring Domination and this Ring Domination as well with really stupidly weak cards. But because it was a down arrow or an up arrow, I was allowed to do certain strategies against certain people. So it made a huge difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace these now. I'm going to take out Randy Orton. And I'm going to put in, no, Sacrilege. You're probably all thinking, what are you doing? Why? And I'm going to put in Stardust here, so we got it all in order. I'm going to put in my 2 Rybacks as well, and that is going to help hugely. Second Ryback, and then I'm going to have my 2 up arrows, which are going to be Triple H, and are going to be Booker T once I can get him back in. Where is he? Booker. There you go. And that is how to balance your Ring Domination deck out. Because what I've now done is I've got 3... 3 of the lefts and 3 of the down arrows, which are the hardest cards to have in Legendary tier to get. And it's highly unlikely that most of the people are going to have access to them, and they're the rarer cards to have access to. So what I've done is I've kitted out my deck, I put my new supports down there, and that means that I will now have a much more balanced opportunity to beat people in Ring Domination. It's more likely that my cards are going to choose a better selection of and more random selection, which will allow me to quite significantly have a bit higher advantage than others, and I'd recommend you guys do the same as well. Let me know if you've got your own personal strategies. It's awesome to hear from you all, because all your comments are amazing regardless. I don't get the time to answer all of them, but I do read them. If you see me like one of your comments, it means I've read it. If I don't like it, it means I haven't had a chance to read it yet, or I don't necessarily agree with your point, but everything that you decide to post, I always review as best as I can. So yeah, that is the Ring Domination deck. It's fully Legendary now, and it wasn't beforehand, because before I changed this, we actually had the Stone Cold card in here, and I updated this just right at the end of Ring Domination last time. So we have a full Legendary Ring Domination deck, and hopefully the Epics and a Legendary will be something which I can pro. Now, I'm not expecting a Diva or anything because it's too early in the game, but let me know who you think the Epic and the Legendary cards are going to be. I've got my own thoughts. I think that it's going to be a Brock Lesnar in the Epic, and I think it's going to be a Dean Ambrose or a Shawn Michaels, or I'd say actually possibly an Ultimate Warrior in the I'm going to say Brock in Epic, and I'm going to say the Ultimate Warrior in the Legendary. Other than that, I can see Dean Ambrose being a Legendary, but it depends if they go over theme. If they go over theme, then it's going to be completely different. But it's, the last time they had the 2 events correlating with each other, they had no theme in the Ring Domination. It was just like, well, there's loads of cards, have it. And because like Ryback was the undercard for the Undertaker, and it was like, what's all that about? Anyway, let's play a little couple of games for you. I've actually changed my deck up. Actually, let's go back to King of the Ring progress before we do that. I promised you that I would show you a picture of the better picture of the Sting, so I can show you the card in action. Let's go to the schedule, and I'm going to find Rey Mysterio Jr. Me and Figaro keep having battles. And if I go down to the Sting card, is actually tagged with the Miz card here, which is really strange that would happen. But either way, the cards aren't energized, and thankfully so, because otherwise I'd get my ass kicked. So let's get back into Exhibition. There should be a win for us because I can't nerf my deck. If I could nerf my deck, I would for Figaro. And there's my King of the Ring lineup right in front of you, because I actually don't show you guys enough this. I don't show you enough the King of the Ring lineups that I have. This is my King of the Ring lineup. I've done this specifically to have speed and charisma matching with power and toughness, and that's completely the only reason I made Booker T the way I made him, and I made Ryback the way I made him, is that the only stat they are actually weak, if you can class it as weak in, is toughness. Every other stat they've got a decent stronghold in. Basically at the moment I want the Rock to be in my singles, but I don't have any left arrows that are decent, and I would never call Kofi Kingston a decent card. Although he's got amazing toughness and speed, he's nothing compared to Dean Ambrose. So in terms of that, I'm just hoping I get another left arrow, maybe another Rock or an Edge or something that I can use in this position in the future, so I can move Rollins out and maybe Triple H back in, maybe put in Stardust instead. Who knows? But by the time I'm going to have this conversation with you all, Sting will be there, Sting will be pro'd, and everything will be ready to go. Anyway, so we're almost done there. We've got about another 7 games left. I'll be waking up at stupid o'clock in the morning to basically continue with my quest and hopefully getting a Pro Diva, which I guarantee you isn't going to happen. And if it does, then I will eat a hat. Because the last time I told you I'd eat a hat, guess what? A thing happened and I ate a hat. Well, not really, because that would hurt my insides. But anyway, humor. Okay, so let's go to Exhibition. I've set myself up very, very well. I feel I've got my Rock, my Exhibition deck here, my Daniel Bryan, and this fits in very nicely until I get the Sting Pro, which hopefully will be on Thursday. We also then have the Rollins, and we have the Undertaker as well. So first of all, we're going to have our Toughness and Charisma match. I'm going to put my Toughness card in with the Undertaker. He's going to proc there, which is going to give me a victory. Yep, that's good. It's always interesting to see what people are going to do with their Undertaker cards, what they've done with their Undertaker cards, because that means that me personally, I'm thinking more what I should be doing for the Sting card. I'm thinking of delaying the Sting video that I released this time, by the way, guys, because last time it seemed I released my Undertaker video showing the Pro Undertaker being done, and loads of people were basically showing basically trying to find ways of beating my Undertaker. Some of them actually shot themselves in the foot with the way they designed it, but I know a couple of people who I'm actually quite close with who actually stated that they actually waited until I'd done mine to see if they could actually outdo my Undertaker, which some of them actually have. So I might delay sending out the Sting video this time, because I'm going to be one of the only people who can actually obtain it. Because I've got a legendary deck, and loads of people have trouble getting to Road to Glory at the end. I just want to be one of those guys that is going to, I might just nerf my deck and have myself go down with the Sting being pro'd, and just see if I give anyone a heart attack this time. Be fun to see the next Road to Glory, actually, because that's going to be interesting. On that subject, actually, in terms of new cards and going forward, obviously by having that new Sting card, we're going to have a full Legendary Road to Glory deck. What do you think the next PCC is going to be? Because that's going to be when we get our next event card that comes up. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be something related to whatever happens at the next pay-per-view. So whatever happens at Night of Champions is going to have a big effect on what happens going forward. Because Night of Champions, I believe, is next Sunday. So there's going to be something surrounding that, or the events that happened around it. So either way, it's going to be interesting. to see if there's a big effect as a result of the effect of what events happen even the next week or going forward. I also, the controversial point that a lot of people brought up is the result of, oh my god, seriously? Procced and got lucky with the Undertaker? That's rigged. Charisma there, easy win. Thank you. Surprised that Nikki Bella doesn't proc in charisma, but hey, I'm happy. It gave me a 1 point. I'll play to a reset. The controversial point is that apparently in WWE 2K16, if you're into 2K games, that's awesome. Leave your comments below as to what you think of the newest additions. And apparently the NXT Divas haven't been put in, I'm aware of, and that has caused a lot of friction because it seems like it's a big way of getting DLC money. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's not fair? Do you think that it's a design thing where they didn't have the time to put it in? Because let's be honest, it probably wasn't. And do you think that it's something that they'll release very quickly after launch, or is it an update? Do you think they will take some time to come out to try and urge people to stay interested in the game? So there we go. We're going to get a 2-0 victory here because I leveled up my Undertaker in charisma. And we're going to go to a power match. I'm going to put in the Rock and Rollins. Rock and Rollins. Okay, so that's going to be a win. There we go. Let's get to our reset. And then we'll be done playing games for today. I'll show you my ladder progress because it's a slog getting to the next level in terms of the ladder. It's really not easy at all. I actually have big respect for people like Remy and Double D, who have played nearly 30,000 games. Actually, might even be 30,000 games by now. So yeah, let's get to the next game. Flexi Valentino, who we had some Rocket League last night, who he was absolutely useless. Thankfully, both me and Ed were at hand to save the day. And honestly, if you don't have Rocket League yet, why the hell not? It's an awesome game. Definitely something I'd recommend checking out. I am so screwed. I think. No, I should be okay. Surely. Yeah, awesome. Won that one because of the incompatible tag. He's got an Eve Pro. That's an Eve Pro, by the way. That's a Pro Diva. I'm yet to see a Pro page live, but I have seen the stats. And the gap between Paige and Brie and Nikki and the rest of the divas is incredible. There is a huge gap, like a Grand Canyon size gap between them and the other divas. It's unfair. I'm going to lose this one by 2 stat points. Thanks, Dean. You asshole. So yeah, let's see if we can get our pull. Thanks for the loss, Flex. Okay. I know he's going to be watching this. Let's go up against Jonathan, because I usually have more luck against him. This is why I'm so desperate for a Pro Diva, by the way. I know that just comes from luck, but so many people have been getting luck more than I have. It's getting a little bit annoying now. But yeah, I want a Pro Diva because it will give me a huge... If he's got a Pro Diva, I'm going to be pretty pissed, because usually Jonathan only puts in divas in his deck when he's leveling them up that I'm aware of. So if he has, then I'm going to be pretty pissed, because that means I'm like the only guy who's not got a Pro Diva yet, although Jonathan has played significantly more games than me, so I can't really complain that much. I'm just going to have to hit and hope with this one. Oh, damn it, he procced. Jonathan's done his Undertaker up in toughness, but he procced there, so I lost. God damn it. Might as well just call this the losing episode, because I'm a massive loser here. Let's see if we can get that reset. No. Let's go up against Breezy. And Breezy does have the page, so you might actually see the page. Here is Charisma. I'm going to throw in the Undertaker again. Hopefully he doesn't have a stupidly high Charisma card. He doesn't, which is good, which means we're going to get 1 point. Here it comes. Here comes the page. There it is. It is so OP. It is unreal. I think there's only a couple of cards that can beat it, and that's in speed. That's a sight to behold. My God. So yeah, there's the Rampage from Paige. Kicking my ass. I can only hope that there's a power and charisma match here, and that I win somehow. Oh, because he's training his Jack Swagger, so I won, but that's really lucky. So yeah, that's rigged as hell. So that's a win. Finally, we get a win. Not getting killed by Pro Divas and procs all over the place. Sounds hot. Let's get next cards. Oh wow, 2 Stone Colds at the same time. Nice. Let's go up against Turbo. Turbo's an awesome guy. He doesn't have a Pro Diva yet though, which is good. I don't think so anyway. If he does right now, I'm going to get my ass handed to me. Power, let's chuck in the Undertaker. Oh, god damn it, really? Procs, just all the time. Against my Undertaker, all the time. Let's chuck in Seth Rollins. And that got the additional support card in there as well, with his pedigree. And power match. Please don't tell me he's got Pro Diva. No, oh no, fuck yes he has. So yeah, I'm screwed. I forgot he got his breed better. So yeah, this is what happens when everyone else gets a Legendary Pro Diva, apart from you. So this situation needs to change pretty quickly. There we go. Let's get our next card. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. I can't get this breezy again because everyone wants to see that page. Oh no, it's not going to start off that way. Let's use my legendary stop sign. He's not used his Undertaker yet, which means that I potentially could lose this very early on. No. I'm going to win it. But I am going to lose straight away because he's got his 2 pages. Pages of hell. There's the next pick. And we got ourselves a super rare enhancement. So that's going to be it, guys. I'm actually going to do one more match against this guy because he's got his mispro Undertaker, which is funny. I'll do one more set of cards and then we'll be done. And this guy does also have a Pro Diva, like everyone does, apart from JB at the moment. It's just getting ridiculous. Let's just chuck in the Undertaker. He didn't proc. He's the guy with the Taker that procs by 285, which means I'd be completely screwed if that happens. And of course, he procs in speed and charisma, and there'll be a Diva match, and I will lose. No, I won't. Okay, that's interesting. The game didn't completely rig me there. Let's get the last 2 picks, and then we're going to set ourselves on our way. So, we get ourselves a rare Dean Ambrose. Let's see, I'm losing my sight here. By the way, that spot I just picked on the board is a hot spot. It's one where most of the time I get my pulls, so it's definitely something I recommend you guys do, is look at that as a way of getting your pulls. And it's actually something that the developer has said beforehand is actually statistically the #1 place where you're going to be able to get your pulls from. That is from a developer, and that's from a video that was released by another YouTuber. The developer said at the SuperCard event when they launched the Season 2 and 2K16 is that was the spot where people can get the most pulls statistically. So that's going to be me done. Hope you have an awesome day, awesome evening, awesome afternoon, and most importantly, guys, Zolive.